Welcome everyone to the first ever episode of Talking with Teachers. And look who we have as the first episode. We have Mr. Postle. What do you have to say, Mr. Postle?
Hey everybody, I'm honored to be here.
What are the things you do at Avon High School? What are the things you do?
Well, my main thing is I'm the kind of the head 10th grade language arts teacher. So I have nothing but sophomore language arts classes. And I also direct the fall play. I'm the parking lot guru who is kind of in charge of directing traffic every day, which means that everybody really enjoys my presence out there.
Oh yeah, man. And obviously we all know that you do the drama.
Mm-hmm.
That was fantastic because I was into that as well with the I played the servant.
Yep.
Truly one of the greatest roles. No, I'm just kidding. It's a servant. What do you think about it? Did you think it went well?
Dracula went really well.
That's awesome.
It was a good show. That's the second time that I've actually directed that particular play, and everybody knows Dracula. So
everyone. So one of your most defining things when it comes to teaching is the Bridge of Death. So.
The Bridge of Death.
The Bridge of Death. A lot of people absolutely despise it. Honestly, it wasn't that bad. In my opinion, it was okay. As long as you just read it and remember, and you're actually passionate about the book, you're gonna do just fine.
So here's the Bridge of Death for those of you who don't have me as a teacher. I think reading is really, really important, and the only way to appreciate reading or to enjoy reading is to practice reading, right? You don't get good at something if you don't practice it. So I do require my students to choose a book. It can really be any book that you think would be interesting to you. And when you finish the book, you bring it up to me and I ask a couple of questions so that you can show me that you've read it. And then you get some sweet, sweet points. So it's worth good points in my class, but it also lets you pick a book and it lets you practice your reading too.
Yeah, man. One other very interesting thing about your class, every single day you come in and what do you say?
Well, it depends on whether you're in the morning or the afternoon.
Oh, morning or afternoon, yeah.
Something like this though. Oh, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Just so get everybody's blood pumping and
close enough. I mean, I don't remember being exactly like that, but it's hey. It's it's later in the day. I'm not gonna judge you for not making it perfectly accurate, but I think that was a very good. It was a nice feel for everything. Yeah, always enjoy that. One time we did afternoon class, and you said good afternoon. I was because I was the morning class, second period, and I was just that just sounds wrong when you said afternoon. I was just
you do get used to hearing it.
Yeah, it was really weird hearing that, and very, very odd. So yeah, and another thing that you always like to say is "say no more, governor." What is? You've explained it a million times, but I forget every time. But now we have a definitive here.
This is actually a quote from it's a Monty Python sketch. But any time that I want to give my class a hint about something, I say, "Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Say no more, governor. Say no more."
Yeah. And the Bridge of Death is also
also a Monty Python.
Monty Python, yeah,
too, from the Holy Grail.
I still need to watch that movie because I wanted to watch it because of the Bridge of Death.
It's a classic. Don't watch the Holy Grail if your mama doesn't want you to. It's got some mature bits in it. Anyway, yes.
So you're clearly a big movie nut. You love movies, man.
I do.
Now, Ghostbusters. You love Ghostbusters. Would you say it's your favorite movie of all time?
I've got a lot of different favorite movies. Ghostbusters is right up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do enjoy Ghostbusters, as it turns out.
Yeah, and you may or may not own a Ghostbusters pinball machine.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say whether or not you do, but
you'd have to be a real fanatic to own a Ghostbusters pinball machine.
Yeah, I know. And you're not that crazy about Ghostbusters,
probably
right?
Not.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah. But yeah, I like Ghostbusters too. I totally get the appeal there. Ghostbusters is a pretty good movie. I watched it, I think 3 years ago. great film, I have to say.
It's a classic. It's got more funny lines per square foot than
Oh, yeah.
practically any other movie out there.
It's a pretty funny movie, yeah. What other movies do you like? Because I know you.
I'm a big Indiana Jones fan. I love various Christmas movies like It's a Wonderful Life, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest with Jack Nicholson, classic. And of course, the original Avengers movie, which I did some extra work on, so that was pretty fun.
Oh wait, I completely forgot about that. We gotta bring that up. You're in the Avengers, technically.
If you know where to hit pause on your remote,
Oh
you
my
can actually
gosh.
see me for a split second. It's true.
And yeah, Indiana Jones, of course. I think you were like one of the main reasons I actually got into that series, because I remember you brought it up once. You were like, "You guys gotta watch this." And then over the
So
summer,
good.
I watched Raiders of the Lost Ark with my dad, and then with my mom, I watched the other two. I was really blown away. Raiders of the Lost Ark was a great start. Temple of Doom. Do you like Temple of Doom? That is.
There is some discussion about whether Temple of Doom is a good movie or not, but I'm not a hater on Temple of Doom. I like it a lot, actually. Some people feel like it's too dark. It's got like child slavery in it, which is pretty dark, but no, I like it quite a bit.
Yeah, Temple of Doom. It might be my favorite, but I don't know. Last Crusade was really good.
Oh, so good.
The ending of Last Crusade was
Yeah,
that
it's
one
great.
final shot where it's like they're just going out on the horses and the
And
whole
the sunset.
the Grail and just oh my god, it's such a fantastic film. But yeah, one of the coolest. Another cool thing. So you had the Avengers thing, but you're also your other movie claim to fame kind of. Not directly like in the movie, but the Star Wars fan club. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Okay, so Star Wars, the original movie, came out in 1977, and I was in 8th grade at the time. So I spent like most of the summer after my 8th grade year in the movie theater, Avon Lake Cinema, watching Star Wars because I was a big nerd, So
Yeah.
I joined the International Star Wars Fan Club. And they had a contest not too long after the first movie came out to name the newsletter that they sent out. And I actually won the contest, which was voted on by George Lucas himself. And we named the newsletter Bantha Tracks. So if you've ever heard of that, there's still some version of it out there. I named it, so go figure. I won. At the time, there wasn't very much Star Wars merch out there, but I won a cookie jar and a couple of mugs shaped like Star Wars characters. Ironically, the second contest that the fan club had, the first prize was a walk-on part in The Empire Strikes Back. So I kind of got gypped there, but still salty today.
That is very unfortunate. It's like simultaneously one of the coolest stories, but also just super unfortunate at the same time.
That's so true.
It's just like
By the way, I don't know if you can get a shot of it later, but there's a Bantha
Yeah.
right up there on the shelf.
up there, yeah. That is did they send that to you? They didn't
No,
send it.
I think purchased.
Of course they
this
didn't send
guy.
that to you. What?
I think I got him at Target actually.
All right, that's like super cool. But man, only if you were on the set.
That would have been cool.
So you were just in a play as well for Elf.
That's true. I'm an actor. I've acted for years and actually traveled for 2 years with a children's theater company. But I still do stage shows every once in a while. And I'm just finishing up a 3-show-in-a-row stretch, which is more than I've done in decades, actually. But yeah, I just finished playing Santa Claus in Elf the Musical in Medina, which is why I have this luxurious beard. Right?
Yeah, I was wondering. I noticed you were like growing out. Like I was like,
Yeah,
makes
I've
sense.
never grown a beard this long before, so
Yeah.
it's for Santa Claus.
that's pretty cool, man. Yeah. So here's the thing. Here's how we end off I'm gonna plan on ending off every single episode of Talking to Teachers. We're gonna do a little challenge here.
Okay.
We're gonna do a little challenge. So are you reading a book right now?
I am reading a book, yes.
I will be doing a Bridge of Death on that book. Now, technically, I already did this once, but this time, I think I got it.
What, you're trying to like make me fail the Bridge of Death?
No, I'm gonna ask you the legit question. So let's get that book out.
Oh, unfortunately, I don't have it with me.
What?
I mean, the only book I have on my desk is Fahrenheit 451, which I would be happy.
We'll do Fahrenheit.
I'd be happy to do a Bridge of Death.
Yeah,
over
this
that.
is the one that fell in the bathtub, right? Yeah.
One of my students dropped it in the bathtub, and I claimed it as my own. Yeah, it's a bit of a mess.
Yeah, man. All right. Well, but you're pretty familiar with this one, but you know.
True.
I guess it'll work. I guess it will work. All right. Let's see. Oh man, I got so many notes in here. This is gonna be a really easy one then.
I think so.
All right. Since this is a much easier book, I'm gonna do like the hardest questions possible because you read this book every year.
That's true. Yep.
Anyway, all right. Let's start right here. All right. Janitorial work, essentially. Everything is its proper place. Quick with care. What does that mean?
Janitorial work, they're talking about the work of the firemen who just kind of go in and, oh, wait a minute. Janitorial work. Is that the beginning with the guys that come to...
Page 40.
Give me some context here. Is this Mildred has just swallowed the...
There's a scream or a whimper. Montag's conscience is...
His conscience.
Yeah. Much.
Has Mildred just overdosed on sleeping pills, or are they talking about the firemen as janitors that go in and clean things up?
I bet, of course. Yeah, you got that one right, Mr. Postle.
Yes.
You got that one right.
Are you going to be doing Bridges of Death for every teacher? That
No, not for every teacher. I'm not for every teacher. Don't worry.
Asking.
Faber's hands itched on its knees. May I?
Oh, Faber, of course, the retired college professor who's asking if he can touch the Bible, if he can look at the Bible that Montag has brought with him.
Bro.
His hands are itching.
I remember that. There was the Bible. Yeah, that was in the book. On the screen, a man turned a corner. The mechanical hound rushed forward into the viewer.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly, the helicopter lights shot out a dozen brilliant pillars that built a cage all about the man. What is that?
Well, at the end, well, not quite the end, but Montag's on the run, and the local police or whoever's in charge, the government, has to show the public that they have captured and killed this guy, this rebel, right? And Montag has gotten away, but they still need to show the people that they've killed Montag. So some poor soul who's out walking, this mechanical hound, this robotic killing machine, grabs him and they kill the guy and then they cut, and that's the end of the
You know everything, man.
I do.
Yeah, man. Well, that was the first episode of Talking with Teachers. I actually did forget to ask the question, what did you have for dinner last night?
What did I have for dinner last? Actually, I went out with the in-laws last night. We went to Red Robin, and I had a birthday burger because my birthday's coming up.
Red Robin, yes, it's an alright restaurant, but hey.
Yum is my
that's their little slogan there. So, hey, that was the first episode of Talking with Teachers. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much, Mr. Postle.
My pleasure.
I should probably give this back to you. I think I might. Should probably do that. Yeah, have a great rest of your day. Yeah. Hey.
Thank you. Same
Night
to you.
or day or whatever. I don't know.